Good evening. It's 8 o'clock. The top headlines tonight. Mumbai's biggest vaccine center runs out of stock today. In Uttar Pradesh's Noida too, many vaccine centers are shut. The Home Minister says there is no shortage of vaccines. As Congress leader Rahul Gandhi says the government should now stop all vaccine exports. A lockdown soon in Maharashtra. The health minister indicates that to NDTV. Meanwhile, the chief minister Uddhav Thackeray calls an all-party meeting on whether there should be lockdown in Maharashtra tomorrow. Our special reports on the COVID crisis. Mass funerals in Maharashtra's Ahmednagar district. In Gujarat, COVID patients are lying on hospital floors. Amid India's worst COVID crisis, campaigns as usual. The Home Minister tells NDTV the Election Commission has rules. In polls, everybody takes care of themselves. But look at these other pictures from Telangana, Tamil Nadu. Fans frenzy as new releases of their favorite stars amid COVID. So clearly for politics and cinema, no rules apply. 30 doctors and nurses of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences test positive this week. Over 30 doctors of another Delhi hospital, Gangaram, are also positive. All of them were vaccinated, so mild infections apparently for doctors but slows down care for patients. The Congress versus BJP on allegations of Rafale corruption. French media reports claim that a middleman was involved in the deal. The government says it's baseless. The Congress hits back. Assam cliffhanger amid reports of a possible tight race. The Congress flies out its allies' candidates. They've flown to Rajasthan in the Fairmont Resort. Remember, that's where the Congress MLAs were when there was a threat to the Gehlot government. Absolutely bizarre. Rabies shots given instead of the COVID vaccine. 3 Uttar Pradesh women get the rabies shot instead of the COVID vaccine. Unicorns of 2021. Great news for Indian startups as more of them join the billion-dollar club. Our lead story tonight on the numbers that really matter. We've crossed today 1.31 lakh COVID cases in India. Every day this week has been a new daily high. This is the 4th time in the last 5 days that we've crossed 1 lakh cases. Also, worryingly, deaths are climbing. We recorded 780 deaths in the last 24 hours. That's over 100 deaths more than the day before. India's positivity rate is also at 9.4%. That's up 0.4% in 1 day. So our daily cases hitting a new record of almost 1,32,000. We're now averaging well over 1 lakh cases a day. That's the most globally as well. Let's just contrast that with our vaccination figures. So, well, records there as well. We're over 94.3 million vaccinations. That's over 9 crores. And in the last 24 hours, this is good news, nearly 37 lakh people have been vaccinated. So daily vaccinations went up by 19%, even amid reports of a shortage. So we can see there how our vaccination numbers have actually been climbing. So that's good news. We need to maintain that. But let's just look at what the other reports are coming in from the ground, mainly from Maharashtra and Mumbai, where 60% of Mumbai's vaccination centers were shut today. The Mumbai Corporation said that 70 out of 120 vaccination centers have been shut because they don't have the stock. This includes the biggest vaccination center, the BKC Jumbo Vaccination Center, which has run out of doses. The Mumbai mayor said we have 0 vaccines at several centers. Also, vaccination centers shut in districts like Pune and Panvel, according to the Maharashtra Health Minister. Rahul Gandhi has written to the Prime Minister saying bar all vaccine exports.
I'm at the COVID-19 vaccination center at Dharavi. Dharavi is one of the world's most populated slums. This is the message now at the vaccination center. Vaccine out of stock, and hence they say that vaccine stock is not available at the center, so please do not come here and stand in line.
It was the same story across the city as the vaccine crisis worsened.
At this Jumbo Vaccination Center, which was supposed to be the largest facility in Mumbai that was going to scale up to 2 shifts to give people vaccines, people are being turned away. There's no vaccine stock here. And clearly this is an emergency situation.
I had an appointment at 11 a.m. but there is no vaccine available. So they've said they are not sure, but maybe on Monday they will have more stock.
Today is my second appointment, a second vaccine.
Oh, second dose and you're not getting it?
No, I'm getting it.
सुबह भी फोन करके हमने पूछा तो बोले नहीं आओ बोले उधर। तो अभी हम लोग तो काम धंधा करने वाले, हम गाड़ी भाड़ा कहाँ से 50 रुपया भी उसने रिक्शा हम कहाँ से लाएंगे बताओ।
अब क्या बोल रहे हैं, खत्म हो गया डोज?
खलास हो गया।
At the major hospitals in Mumbai, which are also vaccination centers for COVID, there is still some stock available, and this is of course the last remaining stock in the state before they run out. People who have appointments are still getting some vaccines.
At the Mulund Center, a picture of the Prime Minister promoting vaccination, but again, no stocks. In Nagpur too, the same story, vaccine stocks running out.
सेकंड डोज के लिए आया था पर ये वैक्सीन अवेलेबल नहीं है, कब आएगा ये भी मालूम नहीं है। बड़ी तकलीफ हो रही है इसके कारण, पेशेंट बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, क्या हो रहा है कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है।
As vaccines run out, the political battle has escalated. Prakash Javadekar has claimed Maharashtra is wasting around 6% of the vaccine doses allotted to the state. But Rajya Sabha MP from the Shiv Sena, Priyanka Chaturvedi, countered Javadekar's claim, saying Maharashtra's wastage is at 3.2%, half of national average. With its vaccination plan up in the air, Maharashtra is headed towards another lockdown, the health minister has warned.
My department secretary, health department secretary, Dr. Vyas, he has written a letter that we are doing vaccination or administering vaccination to at the pace of 6 lakhs. So we need weekly 40 lakhs.
At railway stations, several migrant laborers are already leaving. These pictures bringing back troubling memories from last year. In Mumbai with camera person Sanjay Mandal and Saurabh Gupta, Usama Shab for NDTV.
And Uddhav Thackeray having a meeting, an all-party meeting tomorrow on a possible lockdown in Maharashtra. Meanwhile, Ravi Shankar Prasad has also responded to Rahul Gandhi's tweet on vaccines, where he said allow more vaccines in, saying that fighting a pandemic is not a one-trick game. Apart from vaccination, there needs to be adequate focus on testing, tracing and treating. Rahul Gandhi's problem is that he doesn't understand this. He adds that his ignorance is compounded by his arrogance. So full-blown political battle there. But what can the government say about Uttar Pradesh, which is after all BJP ruled? And look at what the situation is there in the national capital region, in parts of Uttar Pradesh, in both Noida and Ghaziabad. Private hospitals just don't have the vaccine.
In BJP-ruled Uttar Pradesh, COVID vaccines running out at vaccination centers in multiple towns. 48-year-old Shalini Tripathi and her husband reached Noida's ESIC hospital this morning, only to be told no vaccines were available.
रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑनलाइन मैंने ये कराया था और कल हमारा बुक हुआ था और बोला था आज लगवाने के लिए, टाइम भी दिया था 11 से 1 के बीच में।
और यहाँ पर टाइम मिला आपको?
टाइम मिला लेकिन वैक्सीनेशन नहीं है। ये गार्ड जी बोल रहे हैं कि ऊपर मत जाइए क्योंकि बंद है।
Many others in Noida told NDTV that they were unable to get vaccines at designated hospitals despite pre-registrations.
छुट्टी करके आया हूँ, इसीलिए डेट मिला इसलिए छुट्टी करके आया हूँ। जी हाँ।
NDTV spoke to multiple private hospitals in Noida, including Apollo Hospital, where vaccine stocks have been exhausted, and the famous Yatharth Hospital.
Hello, Yatharth Hospital, Noida. How can I help you?
मैम नमस्ते।
नमस्ते।
मैम क्या कोरोना के वैक्सीन लगवा सकते हैं आपके हॉस्पिटल में आके?
सर अभी हमारे हॉस्पिटल में ना अभी वैक्सीन नहीं लग रही है क्योंकि वैक्सीन अवेलेबल नहीं है। स्टॉक वैक्सीन का आ नहीं रहा है सर गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से।
अच्छा, सरकारी तरफ से स्टॉक नहीं आ रहा?
चांस है मंडे तक होगा मे बी।
At Government Hospital in Noida, massive crowds, no social distancing, and an 8 to 9 hour wait for getting the jab.
7 बजे
सुबह 7 बजे आए थे?
7 बजे आ गया था।
दोपहर के 2 बजने वाले हैं। मतलब 5 घंटे हो गए आपको भी?
5 घंटा से ऊपर ही चल रहा है।
अब तो वैक्सीन नहीं लगी है?
अभी तक नहीं।
Rahul Gandhi tweeted, amid the growing corona crisis, shortage of vaccines is a very serious issue and not an utsav. Is it right to export vaccines by putting the lives of the countrymen at risk? The central government must help all states without any bias. We have to defeat this pandemic together.
देखिए, पहले तो वैक्सीन कम पड़ रहे हैं, ठीक बात नहीं है। सब राज्यों में वैक्सीन उपलब्ध कराए गए हैं और जितना चाहिए उतना उपलब्ध हो रहा है।
We have personally visited several private and government hospitals in Noida where vaccination drive is stopped due to the lack of COVID vaccines. And according to our sources in these facilities, they are saying in coming day or two, there is no hope that they will receive vaccines from center. In Noida, with N. Ravi, Saurabh Shukla for NDTV.
And when we talk about the numbers, let's look at what's happening, the ground reality. It means that over 700 deaths means that people are having mass funerals, that bodies are just being dumped on pyres in Ahmednagar district. We can see there final rites of 42 COVID victims in a day. The number of dead are rising sharply in Ahmednagar district, 54 deaths in the last 8 days. Also, there are no protective suits for crematorium workers at all, so putting them also into danger of getting COVID. Here we can see 6 bodies wrapped in transparent plastic were brought in one hearse. On average now, over 600. Today there were over 750 people dying of COVID every day in India. And how do you treat people who are sick with COVID? Look at Gujarat, which again has seen record numbers. Patients are actually just having to lie on this Gujarat hospital in Bhavnagar district. They're lying on the floor because Gujarat also, hospitals are running out of beds. So this is what all of us need to realize. Be careful. The disease is spreading very, very fast, and that's the reality in our hospitals. So let's just look at what's actually happening in the middle of this. It's politics as usual. Let's just look today. Amit Shah had a press conference before the next day of voting tomorrow, in the next phase of voting tomorrow in West Bengal. Here's what Amit Shah had to say when was asked by NDTV that why exactly that while there being curbs extended, we're looking at the reality of people lying on floors in Gujarat, his home state. Why are campaigns continuing as usual? The Home Minister told NDTV the Election Commission has rules and guidelines. It can't postpone elections, and in polls, everybody has to take care of themselves.
India's Home Minister, no less, in Kolkata on a door-to-door campaign. And later, twin jam-packed roadshows. Roadshows, rallies, thronging crowds, the more the merrier. Many without masks and no social distance. Both voters and those seeking votes seemingly oblivious or in denial that the killer virus is back.
आपको क्या लगता है कि पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज को रीथिंक करना चाहिए अपना पॉलिटिकल कैंपेनिंग स्ट्रेटजी? नहीं तो साधारण लोग तो एकदम मारे जाएंगे और वैक्सीन भी कम पड़ रहे हैं।
देखिए, पहले तो वैक्सीन कम पड़ रहे हैं, ठीक बात नहीं है। सब राज्यों में वैक्सीन उपलब्ध कराए गए हैं और जितना चाहिए उतना उपलब्ध हो रहा है। दूसरी बात, जहां तक पॉलिटिकल कैंपेन का सवाल है, ये चुनाव आयोग को तय करना है कि इलेक्शन कब कराना है और कैसे कराना। ये बात सही है, मगर सब लोग अपना अपना ध्यान रखकर ही चुनाव का प्रचार करते हैं और आने वाले भी अपना अपना ध्यान रखकर ही आते हैं।
Mr. Shah is not alone. Political parties of every hue are on campaign in Bengal with no regard for COVID-appropriate behavior. A PIL in the High Court to be heard on Monday has now been filed seeking, among other directions, an order to cut short the 8-phase polls.
3 phases are over. We are now left with another 5 phases. So if these phases can be merged into 1 or 2 days, then what we will see is less number of campaigns, less number of people on the street, and less involvement of the common masses. So that can definitely reduce the number of COVID cases.
Bengal is today seeing over 2,000 daily cases on average. A fortnight ago, this was just 400. EC guidelines for COVID-19 focus on booth bandobast, gloves, sanitizers and temperature checks for all. But the onus for COVID-appropriate behavior at rallies and roadshows is mostly on political parties.
Everybody should follow this rule, but I am helpless. I am under the Election Commission today. Election Commission is not helpless, toothless. Political parties, the more crowd they have, they are very happy.
Not even half the people on this campaign trail are wearing masks. The Delhi High Court has made it mandatory that if you are even sitting alone in your own car, you have to wear a mask. Will the Calcutta High Court come up on Monday with a constitutionally binding solution? Otherwise, voters are going to be left to their own devices, voter versus the virus. With G.D. Shankar, Monideepa Banerjee, NDTV.
So madness really, election madness in the middle of COVID, and also, well, crazy cinema madness as well. Just look at these visuals. Two big film releases in Tamil Nadu and in Telangana, two big films. One was actor Dhanush's Karnan, another was Pawan Kalyan's Vakil Saab. Look at the fans out there. Forget about social distancing. I mean, it's just they're all on top of each other, no masks, breaking in some cases film theatres. This really isn't what we should be doing at this time. Complete madness at this time of COVID. And what are the repercussions when you're out like that with no social distancing? Well, it's hitting everyone hard. And what's worse is that reports are now coming in India's biggest medical institute, the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. 30 doctors and nurses have tested positive in just this week. What is the impact on treating patients then? AIIMS has already said that only urgent surgeries will be allowed. Also, in one of Delhi's main hospitals, Gangaram, 32 doctors have tested positive. Now, all these doctors and nurses have been vaccinated with both doses, but that doesn't mean that you won't get the infection, but hopefully it will be very mild.
Over 65 doctors and nurses at not just Delhi but India's top 2 hospitals have tested positive for COVID-19. All of them had got both the doses of the vaccines. And while infections are possible despite vaccinations, the bigger question is that how could so many get infected?
At India's premier hospital, the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, 32 healthcare workers, including doctors and nurses, have tested positive for COVID-19 in the last 1 week. 37 doctors at Sir Gangaram Hospital have also tested positive. All of them received both doses of COVID-19 vaccines. But doctors here want to explain one thing clearly. Vaccines work, they say.
With the confidence with vaccine, the people have let down their guard, and that could be a potential problem for the rest of the country as well. That even if you get full vaccination, despite that, you will not let your guard down for at least a year more.
As the pattern of infection remains the same as it is across the country, the samples of these doctors have not been sent for genome sequencing. Meanwhile, all the doctors who have tested positive in both of these hospitals, the numbers are relatively very low, and that is why the functioning of both these hospitals remains smooth as of now. Meanwhile, all the doctors who have tested positive are not from a specific department but from different departments. That is why contact tracing has become all the more important.
The Delhi Chief Minister today held a meeting with the Dean of Sir Gangaram Hospital.
37 डॉक्टर्स इन्फेक्टेड हुए हैं, तो एक समझो कि जो वेव थी वो लोएस्ट चल रही थी पहले, फर्स्ट वेव खत्म हो रही थी, तो थोड़ी लेक्सिटी होती सबकी, पेशेंट की तरफ से भी, डॉक्टरों की तरफ से भी. उसका मुख्य कारण वही है कि अभी लार्जली सारे एसिम्प्टोमेटिक हैं. तो वैक्सीनेशन का मतलब ये नहीं है कि वैक्सीनेशन लगाने के बाद कोरोना आपको अटैक नहीं कर सकता. अटैक कर लेगा पर आगे बीमारी नहीं कर सकता ज़्यादा. अब टाइम बताएगा, पर मेरे मुताबिक ऐसे वैक्सीनेशन होता है ना कि एंटीबॉडी बन जाती है.
एक ऐसा माहौल बना कि भाई जिसने वैक्सीन लगा ली है उसको अब चिंता करने की जरूरत नहीं है. किसी ने भी आज तक ऐसा नहीं कहा कि वैक्सीन लगाने के बाद गारंटी है कि अब आपको कोरोना नहीं होगा. मेरा सबसे निवेदन है कि भी वैक्सीन लगाने के बाद भी मास्क जरूर लगाएं. वैक्सीन अपनी जगह पर है, बचाव अपनी जगह पर है.
At Lucknow's prestigious government-run King George's Medical University, that also has a dedicated COVID hospital, 30 doctors and the Vice-Chancellor have all tested positive for COVID in just the last week. Many of the doctors are from the General Surgery Department.
On the question of whether doctors are reluctant to do duties on rounds and also at this COVID hospital, the KGMU administration has said it's not the case. They have in fact produced a letter where the Teachers Association says they are willing to be posted in any department, including the COVID one.
As cases rise, the hardest part is to deploy extra doctors and nurses who are already very stretched. Them testing positive is precisely the kind of escalation health authorities want to avoid. With Akshay Dongre in New Delhi, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
Meanwhile, amid all this is absolutely bizarre story of negligence coming from Western Uttar Pradesh in the Shamli district, where 3 women were given the rabies shot instead of the COVID vaccine.
Shocking callousness at this government hospital in West UP's Shamli, where these 3 elderly women, out to get COVID jabs on Thursday, were instead given anti-rabies injections. After a probe, a pharmacist has been suspended.
जांच में पाया गया है कि 3 महिलाएं वहां पे कोविड वैक्सीनेशन कराने गई थी, परंतु भूलवश वो वैक्सीनेशन कक्ष में नहीं गई जो फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे स्थित था, बल्कि नीचे जनरल ओपीडी में चली गई और वहां पे जो मौजूद फार्मासिस्ट था वो कहीं आवश्यक कार्य से निकल गया और उसने बिना किसी को जानकारी में डाले एक प्राइवेट व्यक्ति जो जन औषधि केंद्र का फार्मासिस्ट है उसको नामित कर दिया ARV वहां पे लोगों को देने के लिए.
The matter came to light on Thursday evening when the families of the women who fell moderately ill after returning from hospital approached the media.
बच्ची हम तो अस्पताल में गए थे कोरोना का इंजेक्शन लगवाने और हमारे तो उन्हें कुत्ते काटने का लगा दिया. जब मैंने पूछा भाई किस तरह का लगाया, कुत्ते काटने का लगाया. मैं कहा भाई इतना गलत कर दिया, हमारे तो पूछा भी नहीं.
विस्तृत जांच प्राप्त हो गई.
The Shamli administration has promised there will not be a repeat. With Shahnawaz in Shamli, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
A quick look at other news. Well, the Congress today accused the government of corruption after a report on a French investigative website which says that a middleman was involved in the Rafale deal. The government has hit back, so tweets back and forth between the Congress and the BJP today.
Rafale खरीद में यूरो 2.81 बिलियन डॉलर यानी 21,075 करोड़ रुपया अतिरिक्त पैसे की पेमेंट हुई है. ये खाते भी हैं, खिलाते भी हैं और पकड़े जाने पर गुराते भी हैं.
So that fight continuing, but meanwhile, is there going to be an Assam cliffhanger? The Congress is getting ready for this. Ratnadeep has the latest. Ratnadeep, what's actually happened with the Congress moving its ally candidates to Rajasthan?
That's right, Sonia. Remember that the polls got over only 3 days back, and today the candidates from AIUDF were flown to Rajasthan to a hotel where, remember, all the Congress MLAs, when the Rajasthan crisis was won, were kept in the same hotel they have been kept. Now, what we are hearing from Mahajot sources is that if required, the candidates of Bodoland People's Front, another key ally of the Mahajot, might also be moved. They are already there at their headquarters in Kokrajhar in Bodoland region. Now, what we're picking up is, from sources is that after their internal reviews, the Mahajot has got a sense that there might be a situation where the Mahajot or the ruling BJP-led alliance might not, achieve the magic figure. In that case, they suspect that there might be horse trading, and they want to avoid horse trading. Very interestingly, in fact, while leaving Guwahati, the chief of AIUDF, Badruddin Ajmal, he interacted with media, and he told a very significant thing, that is that those people who are experts in horse trading are already at it, but he claimed that this time even the other side is not lagging behind. So interesting times in Assam.
So the Congress moving first there, but the calculators are out both on seats and, well, cost of MLA. Is a tragic state of democracy there. But let's move to, good news, and that is the unicorns of 2021, startups that have joined the $1 billion valuation club this year.
In what is a historic moment for India's startup ecosystem, 6 startups turned unicorns this week, with fresh funding for all combined exceeding $1,500 million, and their valuations comfortably above the $1 billion mark. ShareChat is a social media platform that allows all to share greetings in regional languages, while Moj is a short video platform. Both have got a fresh funding of $502 million, taking the valuation to over $2 billion. PharmEasy is an online medical platform that has received new funding of $350 million and now has a total valuation of $1.5 billion. Meesho enables small businesses to start online stores, is valued at $2.1 billion after a fresh investment of $300 million. Cred is a billing platform that offers rewards on credit card payments. After new funding of $215 million, it is now valued at $2.2 billion. Gupshup is a conversational messaging platform that helps businesses interact with customers. After a $100 million investment, it is now valued at $1.4 billion. And Grow is an online investment platform that is valued at over $1 billion after new funding of $83 million.
This is a very strong vote of confidence and validation about everything that we have set out to do.
CEO Niti Aayog Amitabh Kant also tweeted saying, the investment blitz continues. If 3 unicorns in 3 days wasn't enough, we now have 5 unicorns in 4 straight days, with ShareChat, Gupshup joining the bandwagon, taking the total unicorns this year to 10, an astounding achievement, startups leading India's growth story. With the rapid pace of growth, many expectations on growth plans from these startups, some even suggesting a possible debut on D Street.
And with this funding, we're going to accelerate a lot of growth. We are exploring different options and we'll see what turns out. And, we'll figure out something soon.
With valuations jumping for startups, a fresh ray of hope for India's aspiring entrepreneurs and India's startup ecosystem. Sakshi Bajaj for NDTV.